Our story begins with Sam, who had landed their dream job. A place that seemed perfect except for one glaring problem: their boss, Rob. Rob wasn't just a manager, he was a full-on tyrant. And the way he ruled the office struck fear into the hearts of everyone. It started small, cutting remarks here, sarcastic digs there. But then, things got darker. Rob's favorite hobby was humiliation. He thrived on it, pointing out mistakes during meetings, smirking as he watched his employees squirm. The office was his domain, and he made sure everyone knew it. Sam, like everyone else, was terrified of him. One wrong move, and they'd be next on Rob's chopping block. Sam had seen it happen to others, people who walked into work with dread, not knowing when Rob would turn his cruel eye toward them. One day, Sam's worst fear became reality. During a team meeting, Rob pulled up a slide Sam had worked on and, with a sneer, pointed at a tiny mistake. It was barely noticeable, but to Rob, it was the perfect opportunity. Well, Rob said, his voice dripping with fake sympathy. Looks like someone didn't double-check their work. Care to explain this, Sam? The room went dead silent. Sam could feel the weight of every eye on them, their stomach twisted in knots, and for a moment, the only sound was the deafening silence of their own heartbeat. Rob wasn't done. He circled Sam like a predator, zeroing in. What's the matter, Sam? Cat got your tongue. You're not just making yourself look bad, you're embarrassing the whole team. It was like being under a spotlight, but instead of warmth, it was cold, suffocating. Sam felt their face heat up as anxiety crashed down, a tidal wave of fear making it hard to breathe. But something strange happened in that moment. Fear had always been Rob's weapon, but this time Sam felt it differently. Instead of freezing, they felt a fire starting to burn deep inside, a defiance they hadn't known they had. They were tired of being afraid. Sam stood up from their chair, their legs shaky but firm. The room was still in shock, and I got leave. No one had ever dared stand up to Rob like this. The air felt electric, like the moments before a storm. Sam locked eyes with Rob. You've crossed the line, Rob, they said, voice trembling but strong. You can't keep treating people like this. The office was frozen in disbelief. Rob's smile vanished, his face darkening into something colder, more sinister. Rob leaned in, his voice low and venomous. Do you really think anyone cares what you have to say? Do you think standing up to me is going to save your job? But Sam didn't back down. The fear that had kept them silent for so long was still there. But now, something else was taking over courage. It was a raw, untamed force pushing them forward. I don't care if I lose my job, Sam shot back. I'd rather walk out of here with my dignity than keep staying silent while you tear people apart. Rob's eyes narrowed. He wasn't used to this. For the first time, he looked unsure. The power dynamic shifted in an instant. Sam wasn't just standing up for themselves, they were standing up for everyone who'd been bullied by Rob. The room was buzzing now. Sam could see their coworkers exchanging glances, some even nodding. The fear Rob had fed off for so long was crumbling, replaced by a growing wave of solidarity. It was no longer just Sam V's. Rob, it was all of them. What happened next was something no one saw coming. HR got wind of the situation after multiple complaints were filed thanks to Sam's bravery. Within weeks, Rob was gone. Fired. The bully who had ruled with fear was out, and the entire office felt like it could breathe again. Sam, they became a hero among their peers. Not because they weren't scared, but because they acted despite that fear. They had shattered the silence, and in doing so, changed the entire workplace. What we can learn from Sam is this: fear is powerful, but it doesn't have to control you. The moment you face it, the moment you decide that enough is enough, you take back your power. Rob thrived on silence and fear, but once Sam spoke up, everything changed. Fear might not go away, but when you push through it, you realize it's not as strong as it seems. If you've ever had to deal with someone like Rob, or a situation that filled you with dread, just remember fear loses its power when you refuse to give into it. Thank you for joining us on Los of Fear. If this story inspired you, hit that like button and subscribe for more fearless stories from Reddit. And remember, it only takes one moment of courage to change everything. What would you have done in Sam's shoes? Have you ever had to stand up to a bully or face a situation that terrified you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you've got your own fearless story, we'd love to hear it. See you next time on Los Fear.